explanations that we live in a simulation or some say like a um, yeah, a hologram or something, right? But I would say it's it's even more like you have to see like this movie 21 Ghosts and the Cell. Um, now I it's now there is somebody that pointed this out before. Those two specific movies that I have seen before, but I also want to it's also in the Golden Child, right? Because your subconscious is over like saturated with symbolism, right? Whereas you can't access the archetype because you're saturated with uh, symbolism. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like it gives you aspect, and we're missing aspect because our subconscious. Well, we have two subconscious. There's a super subconscious, right? But yeah, and I don't want to be like sensational or pump fear or emotion or anything about this because it's something simple to see, and that's the kind of shit that blind, right? Um, but in the sense that, like, think of it as like, okay, it's not a hologram, it's not a simulation. You get a 10-minute show. Your 10-minute show plays um, like every day, right? But it's the same show for like a week or like 2 weeks, and then you can change something about the show, but you only get to change like uh, a few like edit a few like second clip of it or something. And so like after a long time, after many months, your show is different as you can see, but it's not all that much different, right? Now I would say, right, at any time I would tell you that people are bigger than their mistakes. Okay, but something happens when somebody uh, eats a red pill that they have to go their separate ways. It's like they say not NSFW stamped on some material now. They say like, oh, this material we'll put that out there, but it's not safe for work. Just so you know, But you could tell dirty jokes to your boss. You just, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, who is gonna micromanage all of this shit? I mean, like, you have to navigate your own vessel, And like some things you can't anybody help you if they don't have time to listen to the explanation. But uh, I mean, it could be mind blowing to them. It could be have them caught up in it, and they're missing something that could help them, but they don't have the time. So, you know what I'm saying? So for that, for all, for and then at the same time, you could look like a mental patient because on like it really what you're supposed to get about the information being being reputable and whether it's good doesn't come from whether or not you're standing on stage with a Grammy in your hand and $1 million, right? Or you can sing, or you can act, or you can dance, or you can play ball, or you might play ball. It's not a real reason why I can like you, right? So, and I might get information from somebody I don't like, or somebody could uh, um, say something that could trigger a revelation or insights that could lead to an epiphany, but they're busy being a whore, you know, um, a night walker, you know. So, are you supposed to throw it out, you know? And the thing is, like, the masses are always going to play it safe, and that's their downfall. That's also because they play it perfectly safe that they become mechanical, become like a machine with no feeling. With no feeling. So they can go trying to, I mean, if you've seen a 17-year-old boy with the AR-15, do you, just because he has an AR-15, are you going to start fucking, you know what I'm saying, go running old man game on him? You know what I mean? Because your hustle doesn't work anymore, you're gonna be, oh, you got to shoot me. He's like that. You gotta shoot me, cause you trying to say all these, talking all this bad lingo and shit. Like he has to change his mind. You know, that's not what it's about. See, that's why they put that in there. So you know, that's why they pushed them together. So these Boogaloo boys, right? Bungaloo, Boogaloo squad right here. If you're a real boo people, they call themselves boo persons. They should just call themselves boo boo people. And the BLM and Antifa pushed them all together, right? And the thing is that okay, that's what they're doing, but it's like the people the the security forces are getting used in a way. They're getting used. You know what I mean? And they're also part of fueling, like, because when these, you know, you don't like they'll release part of the video and then come out after and release the other part of the video that would have not led to the riots, but they'll release it after. So those people, they're like, oh, like talk about some basketball or something. What is basketball talking about? What is the NBA talking about? It's like hide under the blanket, like this. There's this like Yoruba Yugun, like it's a little mechanized contraption of a kid under a blanket, and he's like hiding, and he's like, ah! Like that. And then they put the wigwam on top of him, and they start pumping it and shaking it, like trying to get, because it's part of the glamour of the illusion and the prestige of the trick. You know, is to get you to think that the thing can spin around on its own. You know, and it's made out of just grass and rings of grass, like a little. But they can, like, they're putting stuff and they're doing magical tricks inside of it, and they shake it up and then they spin it, and the shit will just keep spinning around, like, oh, where's he getting the energy from and shit. You know, like, oh, I didn't see anybody hop inside of there or anything like that. But it's these little pressure devices that go like this, like a pump, and they make different little contraptions. Like one of them was a penis, and it was pushing water and squirting. The dick was pissing in the dirt. Like, and when they picked it up, and like everybody laughed at it, and they were like, "Oh, what's that?" Pointed, and they put it back on, spinning around. See, that's the entertainment part. You have a lot of like charlatan magic in there, but there's also the educational part, which is about a lot of like fabric, and they use, like, they can spin the fabric and simulate a black hole, and they can even spin that shit and throw it into a corner somewhere, and the fabric is spinning along the corner, like you can see where's the dimension of the corner, the three lines that gives you the depth perception. It's like they kind of took it away with the black spinning disc thing that they were like that. Like, that's some amazing shit. So you have to break it down into two, because you'd be like, oh, that's all fucking, that's all a scam. See, but I mean, that's like a culture. You can call something's culture a scam too. But then there's people in that culture that are gonna be like, oh, I'm this guy now, like, this ghost jumped into me, like, and I'm supposed to tell you about what one deity or another, Orisha or something supposed to say for you or something like that. You can pay me for a message like,